sorry.
Cool.
Oh, a Cottle.
Perfect.
Also.
Let's have a look at what we've got in the pool then.
I also like seeing a Void faces Void game as well. Those are quite hype.
So you're right. They've got the Enigma. They've got. Wait, there's no. Oh, there is Cottle. Yeah, they've got Cottle, Rubik, and Shadow Demon, Wind Ranger. Yeah, I've got quite a few heroes who could be played as supports this game. Silencer.
More supports than last.
Was it Brexx Silencer who caused everyone to rage quit? They were complaining about how annoying it was in lane. I think that was the thing.
So
yeah, he does work on Silencer support. You know, he kept saving Ross with the Global Silence every time he engaged on Storm Spirit. So maybe they'll pick it again or ban it out. Looks like they've just gone for Pango and Puck. So Bay is drafting, and he's chosen to get rid of some sort of those initiator teamfight heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer lost his last in-house, but they still banned it.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe they just don't want to deal with him. Oh,
And Void. I think Void ban is sensible, because we're not very good at dealing with Void in these in-houses, and there's no sort of Winter Wyvern or what else heroes sort of deal with him. You know, Omni Knight, Witch Doctor is okay against dealing with Void.
Sometimes I like playing. I know she's not in the pool, but sometimes I like playing Venge against a Void. The swap.
And because none of those are in there, they've chosen to ban it, which I think is sensible. Brood ban, there's a lot of heroes there who can deal with Brood, so I'm not entirely sure, but I guess they're just playing it safe. They don't want to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Oh, there is.
So they're going, we're not going to ban Brex's Silencer, we're going to pick it ourselves.
But also, Enigma is still in the pool, can I just say? And obviously Silence.
Okay, so they've denied it.
The black hole.
So this is good because Enigma's not been banned, which means the Dire are allowed to pick it up, and the Radiant aren't. But the Radiant aren't going to pick Enigma into Silencer, so they're in a they've protected the Enigma pick, which is really good by them. I mean, Huggy can play other heroes too. He doesn't have to play Enigma, but I think we've hyped it up a lot. So, oh, famous Roidz Tusk. And Flood, Keeper of the Light. I'm almost certain he's played a lot of Keeper of the Light in his day, and he's very good at it.
What if it's the usual Roidz Tusk again?
I'm almost certain it's going to be.
Yes, again.
Yeah, he's very confident at Tusk. We've seen him do fantastic plays throughout, and even a very long game. Yeah, he was still snowball saving people and engaging. So yeah, I think it's going to be Roidz Tusk.
I just realised the team name.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, okay.
Get my stream banned.
Yep.
At least I've now found a way to create highlights of a stream and then upload them directly to YouTube through Twitch, so it's really easy for me to upload videos.
Oh, yes.
And there it is. That's got to be the Huggy Enigma, unless they're going to throw us and put it on someone else. I think it has to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm hoping so.
Keeper of the Light can cancel it from very long range with the disco ball.
Yeah.
5 seconds
Maybe Enigma will have to get BKB quite early on.
Huggy always does when he plays Enigma. He pretty much always follows the same build order of just rushing Blink BKB. Arcane's Blink BKB. I don't think he ever deviates from it. I know in the pro scene they tend to play Enigma a bit differently. Sometimes he even picks up full Guardian Greaves first, but I think Huggy likes to play it as an initiator. Medusa ult, that can cancel the black hole if Medusa can get it off in time. So we'll see. That's going to be... they don't have Ross Medusa, but they have Bay Medusa probably.
Dave?
Yeah, and he's good at farming as well. So Medusa who gets out of control is scary. And I don't know if they have the damage to kill her at the moment. I mean, Silence has got decent damage, but Abaddon and Enigma, quite low damage heroes.
I mean, sometimes if a Medusa gets a really good start, she is basically like so fat in like 20 minutes. Her items are just... And she just stands there and just A-clicks the ground, and then you're just suddenly dead
But yeah, well, she's good at
Just
farming.
rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But she's got no steroids in her entire kit, so she's got to have items to do anything. So if she can get farmed, then she's scary. But for the first kind of 15 minutes before she's picked up any items, she's not a very useful hero. So let's see if the Dire can capitalize on the early game and really sort of crush Medusa. Or there's no anti-mage in the pool, so they don't have an immediate counter. I'm not sure Spectre does a great job against her either. So I'm wondering what hero they're going to pick to deal with her, because they need a strong core, unless they're going to run Silencer core.
I think usually, though, because they know that Medusa can go late game with all the rapiers and stuff, I've seen sometimes in pubs that they do pick like a Spectre just to go late game versus like late game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll do that this
I mean, that's good. I don't have anywhere to go in the next hour.
Well, Clockwork can also... Clockwork Hookshot can also...
Cancel Black Hole.
Cancel Black Hole, yeah.
He's a favourite of these in-houses. We've seen quite a lot of Clockwork, and most of them have been very effective.
10 seconds remaining.
I think we've got a lot of good Clock players, actually. I'm not sure who's going to play it on that team. Maybe Brexx?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Brexx seems likely. I think you can almost guarantee the lineup's going to be from left to right: Roidz, Flood, Bay, Brexx, and then Cosmic on some other support. Or maybe no, on a wait. They need a core actually. That's thrown me a bit.
Okay, well maybe.
And they need a core who can. But they've got Medusa, so Medusa's going to be, also their main core, even if she does go mid lane.
Yeah.
Reserve time's being used now. They're thinking, what can deal with Medusa? And I'm not sure they have an easy answer. I think it's going to have to be Spectre or Troll, whichever they think is best.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Troll's that good, because if Medusa gets her ult off, the Troll can't do anything.
Oh, he's stoned.
Even in his ult, he's going to get turned to stone. And it goes through BKB as well. So she can keep herself alive against Troll. I think it's got to be Spectre. You just hope for late game. Medusa doesn't have enough damage probably to chunk through a 6-slotted Spectre. So I would say it's got to be Spectre.
Reserve time again.
Wow, they're really running out.
Dire
Go for the Spectre, come on.
Radiant.
Weaver. That's interesting.
Weaver and Rubik.
I mean, Weaver's very mobile, and Medusa doesn't have easy lockdown. They do have
Is it
Tusk
Rubik
and
mid?
Clockwork. Oh, another Rubik mid. We've got quite a lot of cores there. I mean, Enigma might be played POS 4, but I know Huggy's done that. He has done that before. Could be a POS 5 Silencer, and then you can have Rubik mid, Abaddon in the off lane, and Weaver core. That would work.
Yeah.
So you could have a Rubik mid. Rubik's quite an aggressive mid hero, actually, because if he just levels up his second and third skill, Fade Bot, and the one that amplifies it, you can do a lot of damage in lane. And you can definitely dominate a lane against someone like Medusa. So maybe he's going to try and shut Medusa down. Could work. Yeah, I actually rate Rubik mid. I know most people don't like it, but I think it's got a lot of potential. 10 seconds left. They're going to have to pick something. Out comes Wind Ranger.
I did think of the Wind Ranger, but then I was thinking, what could their lanes be then?
Okay, so it's actually going to be Flood on the Wind Ranger, and I thought that was going to happen when I saw the Wind Ranger pick. It is going to be Bay Medusa. Oli's on the Silencer, so that hints at some sort of Silencer core rather than a defensive, support Silencer that we usually see from someone like Brexx. But we've got Ross on Weaver, and we've got Drekkon Rubik, so it's not going to be a mid Rubik, or very unlikely anyway.
Well, one of the other Rosses. If it's not one Ross, it's the other Ross.
Yeah, I think we're going to see potentially a mid Silencer with a safe lane Weaver just farming up.
Weaver. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it could go either way.
Ross has been playing mids quite a bit though, with Oli sometimes in the safe.
True, but Oli, I mean, Oli's played a lot of Dota, so he's played every role.
Yes.
He's played more Dota than probably everyone else in the game put together. which
Oh,
probably
yeah,
says
for
something
sure.
about the way he spent his free time over the last 6 years of his life or so. But
Oh, it's rich on Cottle. I mean, Cosmic Chopsticks on Cottle.
okay, very golden Medusa, excessively so. Wow, he doesn't play a lot of Weaver.
In your face. Prepare for battle.
Yeah, let's have a look at those starting items.
Tell me someone
So we've got a full Bassi on the Rubik, allows him to spam out more Fade Bolts.
I think it is Oli made. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any shared tangos though. He's only got a fairy fire.
You're not showing any favoritism, are you?
I've been waiting for a Huggy Enigma, dude.
Maybe they let it through just out of politeness.
Yes.
Well, he better do well now. There's a lot of pressure on him. I like the Wind Ranger pick. It does give you even more crowd control for the Weaver.
30
Yeah, you get a
seconds
long
to
shackle
battle.
shot. What is it? 3.8 seconds. There's a talent which makes it go 4.6 seconds. That's nearly a 5-second stun. But Brexx pops a very early battery assault. Weaver's going to run away, and now it's on a 20-second cooldown. So I'm not sure that was the play. Okay, let's put the split camp up because stuff's going on in bot lane too.
I wonder what.
Radiant just have their mid Medusa sitting in mid, not going for the fight. Brexx, he's trying to take the rune, doesn't get it, and it looks like he's going to fall as well. So Kuchi comes out, he's on 30 HP, he's going to die. They're doing more damage to Flood.
First blood.
So they got first blood and they got the bounty. All 4 bounties went to the Dire and they got first blood.
Ooh.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a much better early game.
And they got a kill on, and Weaver got the kill as well.
Yeah, it's just gone perfectly for the Dire. You couldn't ask for a better start. 4 bounties, first blood.
Radiant got a rune actually. Radiant got a rune.
Oh, did they?
It's 3-1.
Oh,
yeah,
I
so
saw
Flood
this.
Just got one now.
Yeah, I saw the text and I saw 4 things. Okay, so
Oh,
but
I
it's,
see. Okay, yeah.
but it's 3-1 and a first blood on the Weaver,
Yeah.
who's now sending for a Wraith Band and a Magic Stick. I think he's going to wait till he can get the full one, which is in one more last hit. And he's going to send forward the full Wraith Band wand already. Oh, that's a good ward placement there. I might start using that. Shows you the rune. Doesn't quite give you the high ground vision, which I like to have in mid, but it means it's very unlikely to be dewarded. If you desperately don't want your mid ward to be dewarded, that is where you put it.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
You just have to rely on your teammates to call missing.
The unthinkable has happened. The Radiant's innocent courier has been slain.
Brexx seems to have lost his courier already, so that's another bit of gold towards the Dire team. They're getting all the little early advantages. They've got level 2 against level 1. Wind Ranger trying to do as much harass as possible. They have a headdress. They're running out of tangos already though. Whereas Dire, they're still holding all of their tangos. And they have no headdress. It's going to be a hard game.
Oh. Is it? Roidz. Safe. I only just noticed, actually.
What, Tusk Core? Oh, they've got CosmicChopsticks Roidz in the back. That's
I only just noticed that.
I would like to have seen potentially Wind Ranger core then, because I think Wind Ranger scales quite well with items. You know, as I like to play Wind Ranger mid, you get an early MKB, blink,
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Whereas a Tusk, I don't think Tusk can be built as a core that well. I know Mora's Punch does scale, but
Yeah, I think it's the case of a bit like if like Lion mid, you know, he can do quite well, but then he falls off a cliff eventually. Because he goes like Deso and just one-shots people with
Yeah.
Walrus Punch.
I mean they've got quite a squishy lineup on the Dire because their core is a Weaver, so maybe
They're
they
going
think,
on Huggy.
oh, is there going to be a kill bot? Going to have a look there myself. Huggies seems to be closer to the tier 1 tower of the enemy team than his own. I don't know how he got
All
there.
the Eidolons.
He's going to get the return kill. But Abaddon would have got it anyway with the Aphotic Shield. But it's a trade in bot lane. I don't know what Drekkon is doing, trying to deny the wave? Or by... Okay, interesting. Stopping them pull anyway. Guess that's the new tactic. How's mid lane going? 14 for 14, it's as even as it gets. Oli has now picked up a bottle. So going to be using Last Word. Does quite a lot of damage actually. Oh, and here comes Ross. He's there for the gank. That's 2 int for Oli. Actually, Silence is interesting against Medusa. I know it's not a massive thing, but every time you steal int from her, that reduces her mana pool, which therefore is reducing her health, technically.
Deary me. Let's hope she doesn't lose too much intelligence then.
I can't see her dying too much this game. And that's going to be a Courier Snipe. A little bit of gold, Brexx going to keep himself alive with cogs. Weaver's going to run into it. He manages to cancel the salve. Unfortunate for Brexx.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. It has no arms.
How much damage does Last Word do? 120 damage with an int multiplier. What does that mean? Deals extra damage based on the difference in intelligence between Silencer and the target. Okay, and he's at maxing Glaives of Wisdom.
They're going on Huggy again, bottom.
And there's also a kill top, potentially. Roidz does get the pickup on Huggy. You can see that in the second cam. But then there's another return kill on CosmicChopsticks. Whereas top lane, it looked like there was a kill, but Brexx is actually just going to run away. Drekkon just harassing Flood out the lane completely. Medusa does seem to get a D ward. Where was that? Where was the D ward? Because it's not that one there.
Invisibility.
I guess one of the supports came in and put another ward down. Medusa, even though she died, she's farming quite well. Oli was looking for that. Oh, blocked that camp on purpose. But she's still got another camp. Finds a sentry. She's de-warding her own camps. Which is good play. Now I'm just going to farm the jungle. Going to try and pull them all together so that she can fire multiple at once. Because for some reason you can fire arrows behind yourself on Medusa. Which makes absolutely no sense.
Oh my, this is just Dota.
It should be in a cone in front of you, right? You can't fire an arrow simultaneously in front and behind you. She's going to hit level 6 from that. I wonder what she takes. She's opted for no points of mana shield. Going to TP mid so she doesn't miss the wave. Yeah, she's not going mana shield at all. Maybe that's the build. Good position for Oli to not get hit by the snake. Looks like something's going on bot lane. Going to have a look again. Supplier of Sustenance does go down. A lot of Eidolon's doing a bit of harassment, but it's not enough to stop them getting the kill. And Huggy goes for his traditional build of Soul Ring straight into Arcane Boots, so he has plenty of mana.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He has 9 denies though, to making the most of his ability. Not much happening top lane, just back to farming. Medusa is quite far ahead in farm at the moment. Which is what you want, of course. They really want to engage, but they're low on health. They don't have any regen. They do have the headdress, but it's just not enough. Brexx tries to chase Drekkon, but he can't because he's got no boots. Clockwork without... I mean, he does have a wind lace, which puts him actually at the same speed as Drekkon.
Oh.
But it's not enough for him to chase. Blood trying to do some harassment, uses Wind Run. A little bit of damage onto Drekkon, but he's holding 3 tangos. Ross is level 5. Gonna Sakuchi around. Okay, Drekkon doesn't actually get the pull back. He's trapped in cogs now. I'm gonna tank a full power shot. Has a lot of 1 charges though, and manages to invis away. Unfortunate. Flood already has a javelin. This went first item javelin. It was a very early pick there. Bit of a DC.
Quite a freak. The first neutral item has been found, a broom handle by Medusa. And actually at the time when the first items spawn. So Bay. So big brain.
I think he's just been farming the jungle.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Oli has a lot of harassment mid. I mean, he's got an arcane rune in the bottle. Glaives of Wisdom, Last Word. He's just spamming it on him. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to farm the jungle. It's being safe.
only in certain areas. I think it's only like 15 places, and they're all down south.
Ooh, gonna check the
One
Bath
of them,
one.
one of them is where Ollie and Megan live.
Lucky, and yeah, the
I
Bath one's
know.
closed. Bath one is closed. I bet. I mean, as soon as it opens, it's gonna be mental. It's gonna be
Oh,
people
yeah.
piling in.
I mean, I've heard that like even the Burger King, the one that's open, it was queues and queues of cars. Just like,
Burger
it's
King
just
deliver,
ridiculous.
so I'm just sitting in my house while they bring to me. I'm not going. I'm not going in. I wonder if they still do delivery. I think they do delivery actually at the moment still. Maybe I'll get a Burger King. Good idea. They're trying to kill Silencer mid, but I think he's just going to get away.
You're welcome.
Takes quite a lot of damage, but he's okay. I actually ordered 5 guys fairly recently. That was quite nice, but quite expensive.
Oh, I like their milkshakes. It's the only thing I can ever have. There.
Oh yeah. They don't do like a chicken burger?
No, I wish. They do hot dogs, but I think that's still got some sort of beef in it. I've heard. So I daren't risk it.
Yeah, fair enough. There was a lot of hype around Five Guys, and I know they opened a store in Bath fairly recently, so you know it was all right. It was decent. I wouldn't say it's like the best burger I've ever had, but it was nice. Looks like some fights going on top. Brexx is desperately chasing the courier, but it is flying now because Ross is already level 6. Cog's going to keep Brexx safe. And Ross is going to run away, doing a bit of farming. He only has 35 last hits though. So he's had a fairly safe lane. Hasn't died, has 2 kills, but doesn't have a lot of last hits. Medusa is about 30 last hits ahead of everybody now. Just sitting in the jungle. I think the Dire need to be careful. They can't just let Medusa get out of control. At the moment, she doesn't have any items, you know, just treads, Wraith Band, the early game stuff. But the later the game goes, the more she's going to pick up. You've got to stop her quick. Or maybe they're confident they can fight her, no matter what. Bot lane, there's 3 Dire. Going to try and get CosmicChopsticks. Roidz, beautiful ice shards are keeping him alive. And CosmicChopsticks should probably try and TP back to base, unless he's going to try and sit there and regen 5 health a second. So I wouldn't... Okay, he's going to TP back to base, yeah.
Ooh, Dai takes the Drekkon took the outpost before 10 minutes, but is it going to be taken back?
Blood, he's level 6 now. Is he going to skill the ult? Yes, he does. They can get the shackle onto Ross. Come on, get the shackle, get the shackle. Shackle ult. Yeah, he's low, shackle ult. There it is, and is it enough damage? Oh, he still has the... Oh wow, that Sakuchi damage did a lot. I'm surprised it did enough. How much damage was it? 175 damage only, but it does get the kill. He tries to chase. Is that going to be a 2v1? Oh, he's low. Good juking from Brexx, but out comes the second Sakuchi. And that is a 2v1 kill for Ross. Gave him so much experience. He's now level 8. And he picked up how much gold for both those kills? 230 and 270. So he picked up 500 gold and 2 levels.
They also got the outpost XP. They managed to capture both.
So that's a huge swing for the Dire there. That was unfortunate. Not many Javelin procs. I know there's only 25% chance. If just a couple more procced, it would have been enough to kill Ross. But he manages to get away. Bit of a blow for them. I think that's what the Dire need, because they're going to have to deal with a very farmed Medusa. So getting some early kills on the Weaver is always good. He's going for Diffusal first item. That is an intelligent item against Medusa, because of course burning her mana is kind of the same thing as burning her HP.
Put that on top of losing intel from the silencer.
Medusa just has to run away. Wow, does she move faster when she's ulting, or... Oh, she does. 50% increased move speed. Oh, I don't know when they added that, but I don't remember. Roidz is kind of mid by himself. I don't know what he thinks he's going to do. I mean, I know he's a core, technically, but he's not got many last hits and he's roaming around, so I'm not entirely sure what position he played there. Doing a bit of damage onto Chopsticks. I don't know if they have the damage to kill him. Level 8 on Abaddon. Supplier of Sustenance. Going a lot of levels in the bot lane, and a decent amount of farm too. Drekkon has rotated. In comes Roidz, another TP. Oh no, it's Brexx rather, sorry, Brexx on Clockwork, Roidz already here. Level 6 on clock. Huggy's got the famous level 6. They're rolling onto him. Is that going to be followed by a clockwork hook? But Drekkon is ready behind the tower. Blows the horn, but I don't think they really want to go in.
On my screen, he's still called press F to pay respects. That's very weird. And
Is
then on
he?
yours, yeah.
I guess it
Very
depends
odd.
if you've got team names on or not. Or maybe
I do, 'cause
maybe
I
you
can
do.
see floods. I can see floods.
Oh, I can't.
happening.
Maybe I've got them turned off. Oli has rotates as well. Just immediately pops Global Silence because he knows there's a lot of TPs that can come in. So that's going to keep him safe. We're going to get a second pickup. Great clockwork in. Out comes the Medusa, although it is going to stun Huggy very, very quickly. And look at this Medusa's damage. She's hardly got any items, but she's chopping everyone up. Level 12 Medusa. She's got Yasha. Oli does pick up a double kill, so he will get the in, but that's another kill. Disco Ball, he just manages to run out of it. So Miles will get away. Flood doesn't quite get the shackle. Huge power shot onto Drekkon. Is it enough to kill Drekkon? He's got to stay away because the Aphotic Shield will blow up and kill him. I think he's waiting for another power shot. He doesn't actually have any mana though, so he's really got to stay away from that shield. Yeah, unfortunately, Flood's courier does get killed. And Roidz does manage to get a pick off. Drekkon is going to fall to Medusa.
Oh, blast.
Meanwhile, Ross has just been farming top lane. He's level 10. I just want to show you the player levels. There is a level 13 Medusa. The next level is 10. So Medusa is 3 levels ahead of everybody at this point. Only has a Yasha, but got the ult off and did a ton of damage.
Yeah.
You know, plus 3 levels of an Agi gain. That's an extra 10 Agi. She's already quite scary. And this is only 13 minutes into the game. You know, I'm scared to see what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. Ross might be level 10. He does already have Diffusal Blade. So his network's actually keeping up with the Medusa, but he is 3 levels behind. He's going to take the tier 1. They don't have any dust. So the cogs just goes straight onto, or rather the hookshot goes onto CosmicChopsticks rather than Ross. I think he's just going to get a solo pickup.
Oh, the shackle.
Death in a cave.
She's also got haste.
What a racket.
Don't resist the cobra, little bird.
Not what you expected?
Silence, fool!
Yeah. Oh,
The Radiant should really do
shards
something about that
missed
middle
him.
tower.
Every coin
Missed the Abaddon. So he just walked away.
Ah, excuse me. Brexx, he sees Drekkon, but he's not going to go in. Rubik has only stolen Rocket Flare, so nothing scary there. Out comes the zoning Illuminate. Rocket Flare. He finds Weaver, but they don't have enough lockdown. Shackle, but he gets pushed away, so he doesn't actually get hooked onto the trees. Going to use Time Lapse to restore himself to full HP, and he's out. So nothing exciting happens there. Meanwhile, Enigma's bot, he's still trying to farm the Blink Dagger. He's about 250 gold away from it.
Don't waste time hitting them.
Some pings happening mid. There's a bit of wraparound going on for Oli, but Drekkon is behind, ready to save him. They know he's there because they have a ward on the high ground. Are they going to run at him? Yeah, Royce runs, but gets silenced.
Silence.
That's a lot of Fade Bolt damage. Also, Rocket Flare, I guess.
Maxed.
Or he's trying to farm with Snowball. Doesn't do a lot of damage, though. Almost level 10 though. What does he pick up at level 10? Some health regen or Walrus Punch stun duration? Yeah, I think the health regen is safe. 8 health regen's a lot. Bot lane, Russ is quite low. I guess he tried to trade with the Medusa and realizes, wow, she's a lot tankier than I thought. Out comes the Clockwork Hook, but doesn't seem to catch anyone.
Ooh, he stole it. Rubik stole it.
I mean, does Rubik want to fling himself into the enemy team with hookshot? Maybe it's good for a gank.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you
also
can
get away.
hookshot in Fade Bolt and then telekinesis.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
They've got a Vlad's up. Vlad's up on Abaddon. He's also a good hero for saving the Weaver if he gets caught out of position. Medusa, level 15, has the Manta style and an attack speed talent. Looks like they're trying to engage on Medusa. Do they have enough CC to lock her down before she gets the Stone Gaze off? Nope, she gets the Stone Gaze off, just going to run away. They get all caught in the amazing Will-O-Wisp. Actually gets the stun on Enigma. Enigma's going to fall.
Ow.
Drekkon is stunned outside of radius. He's stolen Stone Gaze though, and now he uses it on return. They pop the Global Silence as well, and that's going to be Medusa killed. Fantastic steal on Stone Gaze, combined with the Global Silence that shut the entire enemy team down. Brexx unfortunately gets stuck in the cogs with Ross. Out comes the Blinding Light. I think Chopsticks is going to die too. Ooh, nice attempt to try and TP out, but there's too much damage there. So what looked like a really good fight, a nice engage with Chopsticks dropping a big Will-O-Wisp and the Medusa Stone Gaze. Unfortunately, it was turned around. Big steals from Drekkon.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days.
Rubik's just such a fun hero to play, isn't he?
Oh yes, Rubik. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you.
Oh, Roidz. He picked off Rubik incredibly fast. Poor Drekkon, been sent back to the base. Grove Bow. Not sure if that's something Medusa wants. I guess it does do 15 attack speed as well, so yeah, why not? Attack speed, range, bit of Mystic Snake damage.
Is that the only neutral items are? Oh no.
They've changed Mystic Snake a bit. I'm just going to read what it does. Is it still steal mana or does it not?
No, it does still steal mana, but I'm pretty sure that oh, it's the axe I'm thinking of. So when
Turns
she
it
gets
into stone.
axe, yeah.
But
No,
I just
it
wondered
does
if it. I
still-
don't know if it steals mana at all. I guess it does. I couldn't read it on the tooltip.
Really do something about that middle tower.
It still does.
Okay, out comes smoke. I'm not sure if that was smoke in vision because there was a Clockwork rocket flare. I don't know if they stepped away for it. Medusa, Manta just pushing bot tower. The Radiant are very split though, so the Dire can look for anyone
think
and
they
that's going to be a
know,
kill.
'cause
That's
Cos-
yeah,
they're
Brexx
not.
is dead. Oh, he actually gets the ult off, but there's too many falling projectiles. Out comes the Huggy Black Hole, catches Cosmic, and that's going to be 2 kills for them. Quite a committal Black Hole. It's got over 3-minute cooldown, so it's not going to be up to about 23 minutes in game. But you know, it gets some kills. You've got to use it at some point, and they're going to take mid tower for it. 6 mangoes. 6 mangoes, arcane boots, and soul ring. Looks like they're
Oh,
engaging on
Oli.
silencer. They popped the mystic gaze, stone gaze rather, so they're going to chase along with the Wind Ranger ult, so he has no chance. Ross is now in. He knows that there's no stone gaze, so he's just going to try and do as much damage as he can. But can he tank it? He does still have time lapse. Uses time lapse. I think he's going to have to run. Walrus Punch comes in. Does he have the snowball? Yes, he does, and that's enough to bring him down. Just went. He thought, well, there's no stone gaze, so maybe I can go in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But he doesn't realise Medusa is a very tanky hero. 70% of damage taken goes into the mana shield, so when her mana's not 0, she's pretty much unkillable.
And she did pop a stick as well because her mana did go quite quickly. And then she just popped a stick and got a bit of more mana.
Yeah, 300 mana and 300 health for her is like 500 more health.
Dire's middle tower is all alone in the world.
Quirk finds Drekkon by himself. Going to be a nice solo pick off from him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good play.
Dire's middle tower has
Radiant
fallen.
managed to take the tier 2. So a little bit back and forth, but I think even though they did manage to kill Medusa in that one fight around the tier 1 bot lane for the Dire, Medusa is still very strong. 2,000 gold ahead of everyone in the net worth. Only has Manta and Dragon Lance, but you know that's good. Oh, it's a full Hurricane Pike now actually, which is a good item. Has int, agi, and strength. As soon as she gets that Skadi, I think it's going to be game over for the Dire.
I think sometimes as well, Medusas also go Maelstrom and then let Mjolnir. Because they end up going split shot users modifiers at 25 and they literally they just right click the A click the ground.
And just lightning just going everywhere.
And then yeah, and then people are just dead.
It's like playing against Zeus. Doesn't do any damage against BKBs though, so you have to keep that in mind if they've got cores who go BKB, but they don't really because I can't see... Oh, Weaver is going for a BKB. I guess keeps him alive from people like Clockwork, the Kotl ult, Windranger Shackle. But I think, you know, Windranger might be a support pick or maybe a POS 3. But, you know, she can scale very well into the late game. So at the moment it's just Maelstrom and Grove Bow. But yeah, and a Blink, that's really going to let her get the shackles off. You know, if she gets an MKB, maybe if the game goes long enough, she can kill Weaver by herself. And if Weaver doesn't get MKB, Weaver can't hit her in the Windrun, see? Windrun, blink out, safe.
Yeah.
And if she then blinks back, gets the Shackle focus fire, I think she can probably kill Weaver in the duration of Shackle Shot. Looks like it might be a fight here. Medusa's been found. Brexx goes in, locks Silencer down. Silencer does 4-staff away. Medusa pops the Stone Gaze quite preemptively because doesn't want to fight into Weaver. And so it's just going to back. It's a very good disengage spell, Stone Gaze. Especially now that it makes you so fast. I mean, CosmicChopsticks did go down, so they get something. Looks like they're going to go onto Weaver. They don't have vision, but he gets saved anyway. Oh, the wind run with the focus fire doing a lot of damage. The global silence though, just keeping him alive. Has been used though. Out comes Medusa again, level 19. Not a lot of damage, but very tanky, and you can't ignore her. She has plus 2 second Stone Gaze duration. So even longer where you can't engage and she's just running around fast. They've all seen each other, but it doesn't look like much of a chase is going on. Huggy goes in, just gets Medusa by herself, gets cancelled by the Will-O-Wisp. Out comes the Shackle Shot, doesn't latch anyone. Will-O-Wisp still doing work. I think Huggy's going to get hit by it one more time. Out comes huge Illuminate. Is it enough to kill Huggy? Huggy gets kept alive. Oh, Brexx goes in, does pick off Huggy. Meanwhile, CosmicChopsticks was picked off. Flood in the background, but I think he's going to die to Ross. There he gets another kill. Flood, he just wind runs away. That's why you need to get MKB. If you don't get MKB, you're never going to kill his Windranger. He's just going to run around. Trying to go on Brexx instead. Ross has a lot of damage. And yeah, he's going to pick off Brexx. He tries to deny himself, but it's hard to deny himself to creeps that do 14 damage a hit.
Worth a try, worth a try.
Flood just has mana for TP, so going to get away. So a few kills happen back and forth there. It does look like actually more kills went the way of the Dire in the end. They got 3 kills against 2. But they didn't manage to kill Medusa. So that's the main thing. Medusa still alive.
Oh, that's not good for the Radiant.
And she's getting closer to Skadi. He's about halfway now.
New treasures.
Oli steals a little bit more int. I think he only got one kill's worth of int there. But anything helps.
Yeah, he's also got the +2 permanent intelligence steal talent. So a little bit more than the usual.
He's opting to go for a really early Scythe, which I think is the play here.
On Medusa.
On
anyone.
Yeah, I just think anyone. Just get some more stuns so you can pick people off.
And you can also just get more right clicks in as well.
Yeah, it adds a bit of int as well, which is a bit of damage for the Silencer. In the D ward mid. Looks like he's building a Crimson Guard on the Abaddon. That does a lot against Windranger, to be fair. Because she hits for less damage, but more frequently. So Crimson Guard will deny pretty much all of that damage. Can be used to save Ross. Also against Split Shot. That's going to be absorbing a lot of damage. So intelligent item there. I hope he gets it in time for it to be useful. Roidz goes invis. He's trying to chase Ross. They find him. Shackle Shot. But he reveals his BKB, gets Walrus Punch and Hook Shot stunned. Is that enough damage? Out comes a global stun. He just gets time lapse in time and deletes Flood from the game. Good global silence timing, but Ross can't get away. I think he's stuck in there. Now he's stuck in cogs. He needs to be hitting the cogs. Cosmic Chopstick knocks him out of the cogs, but I think he was going to get out anyway, to be fair, so I can't blame him too much. Now he's got a Photic Shield, so he's going to run in. Can see Roidz because a great Sentry Ward there. Out comes the Drekkon Clockwork hookshot. Cosmic trying to TP out. Is he going to get the TP out? Out comes Malefice. No, it's just going to be killed by Fade Bolt. So that's 4 kills for the Dire. That is fantastic. Exactly what they need to try and put pressure on a team with Medusa. And he got, looks like, quite a lot of permanent intelligence from that fight. He was on 14, now he's on 24. I'm not sure if that's how that happened, because surely he should go up multiples 4, but okay. Maybe I missed something. But still, he's gaining some in. Always good for him. They pop Glyph, but the tower's still going to go down. They have a great team for that. Curse of Avernus giving 100 attack speed to whoever attacks them. Gonna look for Roche. Again, they have Curse of Avernus, they have Vlad's, they have Oli who can do his pure damage to Roche.
Got Deso as well.
They pretty much have everything they need. They have the bug from Weaver. Look how fast it's going down. This is a 27-minute Roche, so not super early, but fairly early. And they're just going to take it down.
They know. But too late.
I mean, it's kind of obvious they were in it, right? There was no need to scan. You have Rocket Flare as well. But oh well.
You know what BVGS are like with the scan and...
Scan the Roche, might as well. But we know they're in it. Yeah, but just in case. Just in case. We never use it anyway, we might as well. I mean, is that the first scan in the game? 28 minutes in?
I think so. I think so.
I mean, that's tragic. Something we just forget about. I mean, it wasn't in Dota for a very long time, so it's not that intuitive. Drekkon is still holding hookshot. I mean, it is nearly a 2-second stun. Just fling him into the enemy team.
The Medusa found a quickening charm, so one of Radiant should try and pick that up.
The levels have got a lot closer now, with Dire got level 21 on Ross, 18 on Oli's Silencer. But Medusa's level 23 and has Skadi, going for Satanic next, so just trying to build as tanky as possible, not that concerned about getting damage. By now I'd expect to see Daedalus, MKB, something like that, Mjolnir, but opted to get as tanky as possible. Which, you know, can also work. I guess you've got Wind Ranger doing work in the background.
Yeah.
Ross has the Aegis and BKB. Looks like they might try for high ground. There's a little bit of ratting going on here, but it's only going to be a tier 2 tower, which isn't that consequential. They've got to protect their racks. Enchanted Quiver. It's a big item. Okay, Drekkon just using the Clockwork Cook because it's just about to fade. And it runs out. Is it worth maxing Telekinesis over Arcane Supremacy? Because Arcane Supremacy makes the lift last longer. Are they going to pick off Flood? Yep, that's what the Hex is for. Kills him almost instantly, and now they manage to escape the Stone Gaze. In fact, it does stun off Abaddon, but he can't die. He's got his ult. Global Silence comes out. Is it going to be enough to kill Medusa? No, because Medusa has Hurricane Pike, so it just runs away. So it's only one pick off. Wind Ranger is not a massively high level, so it's going to respawn fairly fast. They don't have Stone Gaze, which is a big ability. Making use of the Hex already. They've still got Aegis, so I think they're going to try and push. Or maybe not. Oli's going to TP back. It's not even that close to the tower, but I guess they think, yeah, we're not going to go high ground. We can't do it for some reason. I feel like if you have Aegis and your whole team alive, that's the best chance to try and get high ground, but...
Well, there's a double damage bomb, so maybe they'll think about actually going again now. If we
I mean, Aegis still has a bit of time left, so... Weaver decides not to pick up the double damage. I don't know if... I mean, he definitely saw it, right? So I don't know if they're keeping it for a reason. Okay, now he wants it. Now he wants... Okay, he finally does take it.
Yeah, but... Okay. Maybe he wanted to take that wave, but then he didn't want to waste a bit of time having double damage.
Chopsticks has been fine. He's only level 12. A level 12 Kotl versus level 23 Weaver. Who's going to win that?
Run, Rich, run! Oh, yeah, it's got a Ghost Scepter, though.
Okay. Oh, yep. Dodges all the attacks. Very nice. There's a big level difference in this game. Huggy and CosmicChopsticks at level 12, while there's a level 24 and level 23 in the game. I don't think I've ever seen an XP difference this big. Clockwork and Kotl, yeah, Clockwork's in level 13 as well. So yeah, it's just a huge level gap. I guess because the cores have been farming so much. 400 last hits for Medusa. Oh my god, he nearly instantly died. So one, it was the Enchanted Quiver auto attack. Okay, out comes the big Warriors Punch. I mean, he's going to die for it, but they pick off Oli, which is one of their strong cores, so I think that trade is probably worth. Okay, Huggy, he's just walking in. Unfortunately, he doesn't get his ult off, gets knocked back by the Clockwork Cogs. Didn't quite blink in close enough. There was potential for a big black hole otherwise. We've got Daedalus now on the Weaver. Daedalus plus Enchanted Quiver, so one attack could probably kill a support. Okay, they've sent Rubik back. So it looks like... this is a game where I feel like the Dire should really be pushing high ground by now, not just delaying the game. But, you know, they are ahead. And they are going to stay ahead if they farm, but I feel like they should be pushing their advantage because eventually the Medusa is going to get too strong. Or maybe they think, yeah, we can deal with Medusa. Let her get farmed. Nice timing from Bay there. Not blocking the camps. Farms them up in an instant. Almost has enough money for Satanic, but probably saving for buyback. How many buybacks do we have ready at the moment? Quite a lot, actually.
All of Radiant.
5 for five for Radiant, 1 for Dire. Yeah, so you're right. Is it 2? Or I just see 1. 2, you're right. 2, yeah. You are correct.
Hold down Alt, and then you can see on the top bit the gold bars.
I think that's the easiest way to see it. Yeah, I agree. I just didn't see the Huggy for some reason.
Oh right, okay.
Weaver's picked up the tome. Desperate for his level 25. What is this level 25? 1 Geminate attack. I feel like that's quite greedy when you've got a 2 level 14s on your team. A level 14 Enigma. I mean, poor Enigma. But I guess level 25 is much more of an impactful talent. But look, the tome only gave him half the level.
Yeah, closer than he was though. But I guess it is a 14 to 2 to 4 Weaver. So if you want him to get his 25 and do even more.
Or maybe you get Sakuchi movement speed, just so you go 400 bonus speed. Means you're doing
Speedy Gonzalez.
720.
That's got to hurt.
Top lane. Medusa Illusion's doing a lot of damage. Medusa has hit level 25 and has gone for split shot, uses modifiers, so each attack is going to be proccing Eye of Skadi, reducing their healing. I think maybe 800 mana would have been the play, because she does seem to very fast. And 800 mana does make her a lot tankier, but I guess applying Skadi to everyone is probably better. And they will deny top tier 2. This game has become very passive. Is anyone going to make some play happen?
A golden thread.
That was BKB. The Enigma.
Okay, some big huggy plays. Doesn't matter if he's under-leveled. All he really needs is Blink, BKB, and ult. Even if he was level 6 the whole game, it would be fine.
Level 6 all game.
I mean, maybe not, but
35 minutes, imagine.
I think he should have leveled up Midnight Pulse over Manifest, to be honest. Just because it has more impact with his ult. Whereas Manifest doesn't, the stun doesn't go up very much. So I hope he can get the next rank of Midnight Pulse. Adds an extra 0.75% per second, pure damage as well.
Okay.
Roche is up, could respawn in 5 seconds. Gonna be up soon. I'm not sure who Spirit Vessel is for on the enemy team. I guess it does negate some of Abaddon's healing. And there's Vlad's on their team as well. Right, Roche could be up now. It's going to respawn definitely in 2 minutes time. So both teams are just going to skirt around it for the next 2 minutes, I guess. Medusa's picked up Satanic. So opting for as many tank items as possible. 30% status resistance plus a Titan Sliver. In fact, there seems to be a pick-off. Just on Drekkon, but still a kill.
I would assume it was just a one-shot, sort of. There's Shadow Blade, yeah.
Yeah. Shadow Blade Wars. He's got Warriors Punch crit, so it's doing 430% crit. It's almost on the level of what is it, Phantom Assassin, but just for one attack. What's the cooldown?
I think he actually leveled up that talent after the Ross kill.
Oh, okay.
After the Drekkon kill.
But it was still enough damage to kill a poor support.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, 9 armor, not very tanky. He has a Deso as well, the Roidz. There's a lot of wards. They've actually got 2 wards. Let's have a look at swapping over to Dire's perspective. They've got quite a lot of vision. They've got the outpost in the enemy jungle, and they have a ward not just outside Rosh, but also in the enemy triangle. So they're very safe there. They've just picked up the first tier 4 item rather, which is a timeless relic.
Oh, the leveler.
I think that might go to Medusa.
Radiant.
Witless Shaco, best item in the game. It's going to go straight on to Ross. That is the correct play. He can sacrifice the mana, or at least I think he can. It will bring his mana pool down to 743, but he's now 3000 HP. And he's going for Satanic. When he picks up the Satanic, he'll go up another, I don't know, 500 HP, 600 HP. Prince's Knife, fantastic item for Oli to be holding.
Oh.
But does he want the Timeless Relic? Because it means his silence lasts even longer. 25% more silence is no joke. And 15% spell damage is quite significant. So I think he's going to keep it. But who would they give the Prince's Knife to? I mean, Weaver's holding it in his backpack. I guess Drekkon could take it, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, Enigma still has... Oh, he's got the Mindbreaker. I was going to say, he still had the Iron Talon on him. He's got this.
Helping him farm.
No, it is on Oli.
Okay. So he thinks the Hex is more important than
Timeless
spell
Relic
damage.
on the Rubik, which is also makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's good. More debuff duration, getting more telekinesis. Any spell he steals just going to be more potent. Right, Roche is now up, and both teams are just dancing around, sending illusions in. The cogs bring, or the power shot, not power shot, what ability am I trying to say? Rocket flare, that's the one. It does bring Roshan out of the pit, and Dire just runs straight in. They're like, we take it fast. What are you going to do about it? Well, I hope they just run in and use Medusa ult.
Now,
They've
is
used
Clockwork going to do...
the big steal, like we saw
Yes.
before. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got power shot and rocket flare, so they've definitely got vision, but they don't
They
seem...
should know, so someone should be...
Okay, Global Silence comes out, but they managed to take the Aegis first.
Okay.
And they're just going to back. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed in that. This game has become so passive to the point where Radiant didn't even want to engage. Their whole team were there, and they said, yeah, just have Roche, fine.
I think Clockwork definitely was going to hookshot, and then obviously the Global Silence was popped.
I mean, Clockwork is level 13, and there are level 26 heroes in the game. So
Yeah, but I would still just try and go for it, me.
I mean, at least if he dies, he's going to be back to life very quick.
Yeah, it's basically a creep.
I mean, the hero levels are so distant. You've got a level 13 and level 14 on one team, and on the same team you have a level 26. How can you even have that gap in XP? I mean, the amount of XP must be like 4 times, maybe even more. I don't know. Ninja Gear.
I mean, even if Clockwork went in and oh bloody hell, poor Drekkon.
Well, it just
again.
gets killed again. I need a Drekkon cam this game. He just gets picked off wherever he is.
Even if the Clockwork hook shot Roche and got the kill, that helps his team anyway. Even if he died and didn't get the Aegis.
True. Roy's going to
Still
TP out. Pretty much has to there. Tusk has got a Heaven's Halberd now, so who's that going to be used on? Probably to stop the Weaver doing so much damage. Or the Silencer even. Does have longer effect on ranged heroes, Heaven's Halberd. I think it's 5 seconds on range, 3 seconds on melee. So that's 5 seconds where Oli is pretty much doing nothing. Whereas Hex only lasts 3.5. Ninja Gear on Enigma, I'm guessing that he can smoke himself so that he can engage.
Yep.
Roidz looking for a solo kill. Is he going to kill Huggy? Yeah, pretty much instantly kills Huggy. Flood is in. He's popped his ult. Is that ult going to kill Silencer? He's got Scythe. Doesn't seem to Scythe anyone though, and he does actually just TP out. Will-O-Wisp almost comes in time. Looks like the shackle got disjointed. So unfortunately, they don't get the pick off on Oli, but they do get it on Huggy. But he's a low level.
Just found a Prince's Knife as well.
Oh, that's a good item. He's actually
also
Wait,
kept the level in the back.
Surely the Princess Knife doesn't apply to everyone, right? But there is split shot uses modifiers. I mean, is that going to hex everybody with a split shot attack? Because that would be strong.
I don't know.
And she's
Oh my
going
God.
for Rapier. No, that's not a
Oh no,
Rapier.
she's changed it now.
Sacred. No.
That's Mjolnir.
No.
I know that's
No, but it's not Mjolnir, because if you buy a Demon Edge, it's going to turn into a Rapier.
Or just lock it.
No, don't lock it. Try to build an MKB and accidentally build a Rapier. Like you meant to. Oh no, it's a Rapier. She actually had the whole Rapier ready. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now you can't just ignore this Medusa. She's gone very tanky. Scardy, Hurricane Pike, Satanic Manta, lots of defensive items. But now there's a Rapier. The net worth is very high. Medusa on top. Roidz actually has Timeless Relic, so he's got some amp spell damage, but I guess more debuff duration. I was just going to blink away. Roidz still has nothing to chop through the Wind Run. BKB on Wind Ranger, so she's going to be quite durable. I guess she can BKB off the Global Silence, which is the main thing. Aegis is still up, but I think it's going to go down fairly soon. Probably about 20 seconds. Okay, Gem on Sansa.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Just killed Flood's Courier, which just walked mid for some reason. There's the Prince's Knife, a lot of damage to Ross. She brings him to half in a couple of seconds, but he does have Rapier. I wonder if they've spotted that yet.
I was about to ask you that. I wonder if they know, because she did take a creep wave bottom.
Okay, someone may have paid attention.
But
CosmicChopsticks is blasting the wave. Okay, gets
they
Hex.
must know now, surely.
They're diving in. Ross is just diving in because he's got the Aegis. He's trying not to use BKB, but his team can't follow up. Just going to get Will-O-Wisp and Aura's Punch. I don't think the die are ready to go in. Huggy better get some big black hole.
Yeah, well,
BKB. No, it looks like Ross is going to go in. Out comes the BKB. Oh, and a fantastic ult, but it seems to get cancelled very quickly because the Stone Gaze was already active. That is unfortunate. I couldn't even hear it because the Global Silence made it mute. I think that was the problem. And Clockwork goes in, but he's going to get picked off. Ollie's trying what damage he can. Abaddon's ult is up. Medusa still doing big damage. Has the Rapier. Ollie realizes he has to TP out. Ross is chasing Flood. Does Flood have the damage to kill Ross? No, unfortunately he doesn't. Tries to flicker away, but didn't have his ult up. So, a very chaotic fight. There was a buyback as well. Who was that on? It was a buyback on CosmicChopsticks. There's 3 kills and a buyback. 3 deaths and a buyback on the Radiant, but 4 deaths on the Dire. Well, one of them was the Aegis, so he did manage to get out. Dire still have the net worth advantage, and Ollie does walk away with 4 more intelligence. I think he only got 4 more, right? I don't think he got any more than that.
I haven't been keeping tabs on his intelligence.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, although I feel as if he should have a more than that at 44 minutes. But that, I don't know. That's
Yeah, what's
like
his
normal?
What's his score? 9-3-11. So he's been in a reasonable amount of kills, but it's been a very passive game. That's the thing. There's been probably only before that team fight there were maybe no kills in like 5 minutes, apart from the odd pickoffs on Drekkon, maybe even 10 minutes.
And it's also like Weaver could also just go off and just solo kill, and obviously Ollie's not in the range to get the intelligence, I guess. So.
That's true. The fights are happening quite spread out. I mean, Ross tried to dive mid-tower. He went completely by himself and was caught here. His team couldn't follow. Huggy did try to get the black hole off, but I think he's starting to see how annoying it is to play against Medusa. There's 8 seconds where Huggy cannot use his ult, even with BKB. I mean, what do you do against that?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I kind of feel bad now. Screaming at people for him to pick Enigma, and then they just
Every coin helps.
let it through, but just know that they can counter it with certain things.
I think that was part of their plan.
Yeah, I think so. I think if they were going to let someone's comfort hero, signature hero go through, it's because they're confident in knowing how to play against it and how to stop the ult.
Yeah, Huggy's got to try and blink in and get an immediate black hole off before the Stone Gaze is used. What caught me off in the fight, and probably Huggy as well, this is actually where Global Silence worked against their own team. So Global Silence silences all sounds in game completely, doesn't it? So you couldn't even hear the Stone Gaze. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I didn't
for the
even
first 2
notice it
seconds.
either.
So Huggy probably goes, oh, it's gone. Maybe he thinks Global Silence is up, so therefore Medusa can't use Stone Gaze, but she just mantas and immediately Stone Gazes straight after to defend her team. And he probably didn't hear it. So actually Global Silence working against his own team. There's no more neutral items for quite a long time now. Do you think this game's going to go an hour?
It might do.
Roidz is caught a little bit outside the base.
Has been quite passive.
He smokes on him. Is he going to kill Drekkon? Doesn't actually get the kill on Drekkon. Decides to back off. Huggy gets the ultimate. It does go on Medusa, but do they have damage to kill him? No one is auto-attacking him, and therefore Medusa gets away. Look, Medusa lost all his mana, though. They're trying to kill him. Oh, they do actually pick off Medusa, and the Rapier's dropped on the floor. Flood, he's BKB'd in. He's trying to do some damage. Weaver now has the Rapier. That is the target. You do not want to have it, and now he has the True Strike to go through the Wind Run. Medusa does buy back, but doesn't have the Rapier. Rapier's now on Ross. That is an enormous net worth swing. Out comes the Hex. Hurricane pikes his team away. They use buybacks on both Wind Ranger as well as Medusa. But Medusa has no item to fill that slot. Actually just bought a quick Maelstrom just to fill it. That was tragic. I thought Medusa, you know, was safe. They never have the means to pick him off. But the Black Hole, which didn't really do anything, to be honest. But then Silence is sitting there, decides to attack Medusa, completely shreds her mana, then she dies. And her team couldn't save her.
I think maybe that's what the Medusa was probably thinking as well, perhaps. But she's lost the Rapier now.
The game's not over yet, but that's pretty much Radiant's only chance of winning there was Medusa tearing everyone up with the Rapier. Now she doesn't have it, and they have to deal with the Weaver Rapier instead, which is, you know, pretty scary when you've got this 720 move speed bug, 740, running around firing like 700 damage auto attacks at you. Roidz, does he have enough damage to pick off Ross? Out comes the Great Shackle. And is it going to be enough damage? It's just enough damage. And there's the Rapier straight back.
They're leaving it.
Wind Ranger should pick it up. Someone's got to pick it up. It looks like they're going to not get it in time. Chopsticks picks up the Rapier. Out comes Brexx, keeping their whole team in place. They are stunned for a very long time. I think Brexx is going to run away. I think if Flood could have picked up the Rapier, that would have been ideal. Because, you know, Wind Ranger with it is the best. But looks like Keeper of the Light's going to TP back to base with the Rapier. Flood, he BKBs, but he's going to go down. So they managed to pick off Ross, which was fantastic. Got the Rapier. Wind Ranger dies as well with no buyback. But now it's a Kotl with a Rapier. That's not the most useful Rapier holder.
But completely agree. The Wind Ranger should have picked it up. I mean, when you see the enemy coming at you, you just pick it up.
Just shove. It doesn't matter what goes into your stash. Something's got to go into your stash. I mean, or at least Roidz could have picked it up. You know, that gives him a lot of Walrus Punch damage. But instead, they kind of fumbled around for ages. I guess they thought, oh, it's fine. Medusa will wander up here and take it. And no, she was nowhere near. They just had to take it. Roidz is in by himself into the entire enemy team. This is a questionable decision. He keeps himself alive for a very long time. Is that enough for his team to get back? He gets hexed up. Ollie's doing a lot of damage. Is it enough? Out comes the Stone Gaze. And the Will-O-Wisp, it pulls the team towards the Will-O-Wisp, which combos amazingly with the Stone Gaze. It stuns out Abaddon as well. Ollie does manage to get away. Huggy's also stunned. And I think Abaddon's going to go down as well. I didn't realize that's another combo I hadn't thought about. That Will-O-Wisp... Oh, he's actually going to get out, isn't he? No, he gets hook shot, and he's going to go down. D-Wards with the gem. Looks like both teams have their own gem. But yeah, the Will-O-Wisp makes you face the center. Then you just look at the Stone Gaze. So.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. I mean, as Huggy was trying to turn away when he realized Medusa, but it was just too late.
Yeah, too late. So no Rapier on Medusa. She's trying to build another one of her own. She's a fast farmer, so she's likely to get it eventually. CosmicChopsticks still running around with his Rapier. I mean, he's got almost no items at all. He's just got a Ghost Scepter and a Rapier, which, you know, don't synergize. So maybe he should pick up a Moonstone. Moon Shard.
Close enough.
He should, yeah, I got one of the words right. It started with the right letter. The other one. I think he should get a Moon Shard, because then, you know, you don't expect the Kotl. You go, forget Kotl. But then he's just in the back going psh, psh, psh.
Yeah, but he is quite squishy.
Yeah, terrible agi gain as well. So
yeah.
Can he suicide himself and then let Medusa pick it up? I don't think that works, does it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. It becomes locked to Cosmic.
So you can't suicide the Ancient.
No, well he can, but the Rapier will only be usable by him. Looks like a second Rapier is nearly coming up. Medusa actually took the Tome. Even though she's got a couple of level 18s on the team and a level 24 Wind Ranger, she was like, I need that level 30. Gives me 800 mana and, well, there's not a lot it gets from it, but 800 mana and 15% evasion. Better than nothing. I mean, Ross doesn't have the the Rapier, so that's the main thing. He's just going to pick up Roche. That's the third Roche in a row to the Dire, and now there's an Aghanims. Who's going to pick up the Aghanims?
Oh, I would put it on the Rubik, I think. Oh no, it's going on.
Yeah, they've chosen.
Silencer, it's on Silencer.
What does it do on Silencer?
Puts,
Last word is
stealth
AoE.
isn't it? Oh right, have they changed it?
Yeah, they've changed them all so many times.
Oh bloody heck!
Oh wait, they snatched the Aegis.
Oh.
It was stolen by a rocket flare.
Wow.
Okay, 200 magic damage somehow is enough to take Roche down. That was really good timing. What is it with Clockworks and being able to pick off Roches?
This is so good.
But they still got all the items, of course. So there's Aegis again on Weaver. And Aghanims for Oli. AoE last word. I don't think it's an amazingly strong move, but I guess it's still better than nothing. And it looks like they've immediately deleted the range racks. I'm just going to back off. There's no tier 3 tower there, so this is a good chance for Dire to finally take some racks. Has this game really gone on 52 minutes? I can't even believe it's gone on that long. What? I feel like last time I checked the time, it was half an hour.
Well, I think it was about 40 minutes or something. You were like, "Do you think this game is going to go on for over an hour?" And I said, "Yeah, I think it is."
Oh god.
Because you've been saying that the game is quite passive.
It is very passive.
So
Yeah. But it looks like one more fight may determine the game.
What 60 min items are you going to get in today?
oh, hello.
Oh,
Dan.
someone else has invaded the pool. Ross trying to do a lot of damage. Out comes the Stone Gaze. That's the best thing they can do. They baited the Stone Gaze. Now Huggy's thinking, time for my 5-man black hole. There's no Stone Gaze in. Was BKB pop? No, there was no BKB on Medusa. She just goes very gold. She's too gold, her skin. I don't like it. She has another Rapier though. Okay, doing a lot of damage to Sansa. Huggy, come on. Out comes the Disco Ball. I think they're going to be able to kill it. Great Shackle Shot. Huggy goes in, gets 3-man with the Black Hole. Doesn't get cancelled by Clockwork either. Out comes Global Silence. It's a lot of damage. Roidz is going to fall. Flood manages to go with Flicker. Buyback from Roidz. They're doing a lot of damage to Medusa. Medusa actually gets 2 pickoffs. Her Rapier is just doing so much damage. Gets the Aegis as well. Roidz, he TP's back after the buyback. Gets another pickoff. Prince's Knife at Hex Ross. Ross is going to get away. Shackle Shot doesn't quite land. Flood is really low, but still going in. They do get the dust off on him. Meanwhile, there's some other fight going on with the Abaddon Clockwork. Don't really care about this. This is the main thing. I want to see if Ross can get away. He does have cheese. He's going to cheese. Going to keep himself alive. Roidz is going to fall as well. Has Shadowblade. They don't have any detection. Clockwork Hook comes in. Extra CC with the cogs push back. Oh, that Walrus Punch. He was in BKB and had about, looked like 800 HP. Huge Walrus Punch came in. Fantastic work there. Punching his brother right in the face.
Suppose you didn't see any PM trap from Roidz then.
Sorry, what was that, Statman, Dan?
Suppose there was no BM from Roidz there to Ross.
Oh, do you know what he's telling his team? Oh, Ross is tilted, Ross is tilted. That's what he's saying.
Head's gone. His head's gone.
Head's gone.
Ross will probably just walrus punch Roidz when he sees him in real life next time.
That's why they're in different places right now.
Good thing.
So that fight looked like, on paper, Dire had played it perfectly. Baited out the Stone Gaze, amazing Black Hole, doing tons of damage, even to the Medusa. But meanwhile, Medusa just stood her ground and has a Rapier. Rapier Satanic, even if she has no mana. Doesn't matter. I've got Rapier Satanic. You don't have enough CC for me. Roidz bought back and then ran straight in, just punched someone to death. Can't remember who got the pick-off on. But that was unfortunate. I felt like the Dire had that. There was a great Black Hole as well, but just wasn't enough. How many mangoes are on this tree?
I know, there's so many.
Tusk is just going to sit there and pick up 9. Yeah.
I would pick them all up and fill the back up.
Swap them all in at once and just scuff them.
Love mangoes. IRL.
Yeah, me too.
Good fruit.
It's top tier fruit. Yeah, he swapped in all the mangoes. He's just going to nom through some of them. Looks like we're going yet again with the tier 5 neutral items.
Here we go, boys. Buckle in. Oof. Oh, very good. I didn't know you could do that. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yes, I didn't know it was there.
This is quite good on Weaver.
Maybe the Stygian Desolator. Stygian Desolator.
Was it
Maybe it's quite good.
Stygian? Stygian?
I don't know. I don't know.
The Super Desolator. The Super Desolator.
The Super Desolator.
Desolator 2 as it was called when it first came out.
Yeah, Desolator 2. That's
Tier 5 Deso.
That's a good item. I think there could be some big value out of either Pirate's Hat. That's really good for the cause. My favourite, even though I think Book of the Dead is the best, my favourite is actually Ex Machina because 20 armor and double BKB, double scythe. You know, it's just such a strong. I mean, 20 armor. That's a lot for one item, and it has an amazing active, allowing you to get BKB off twice.
Well, Seer Stone from the Enigma could allow him to cast it from
Like a really, really long range. Oh, if he has a telescope and an ether lens, can you imagine how far away he could black hole? Just like 800 cast range.
The ballista on if you get a ballista on silencer, his attack range goes massive.
I think Blister on Wind Ranger could be quite good. Because she attacks so fast, it's 40 true damage a hit.
What does Medusa want? Maybe
Pirate's Hat gives a lot of attack speed, you could never say no to that. 75 Agi from an Apex, that also gives 10 armor.
we could get an Apex. We haven't seen an Apex.
No, not in the last couple of games. 75 armor, I mean 10 armor and 75 Agi, which is also 75
Maybe.
attack speed, 75 damage.
Is Oli already building up for that? Is he already building up for a Trident? He's already got a Sandra and a Yasha.
Who's building our science? Just in case it drops. Out comes Refresher from Huggy. That allows him to refresh his BKB as well.
They did smoke, but I think Clockwork Flare spotted it out.
But they don't have True Sight Clockwork. And it wouldn't check the smoke anyway, would it?
He pinged exactly where they smoked.
Oh, did he? So maybe they got it just in time.
I think
okay.
so. I think
enough.
that's why, but...
Fair enough.
Surely they'll wait for the 16 minute item.
Well, the Radiant really need to try and move out the jungle and move out their base and try and get some. They don't want to be stuck in their base while the other team are picking up some game-winning items. Would like to see Fallen Sky on Enigma. Blink in with the stun, gives him time for the Midnight Pulse, then pops a black hole.
Such a big net worth difference between the top three compared to everyone else.
Yeah, but the Dire have a second core who's also pretty strong. Sansa's got 48 in, not a lot of in, but he does a lot of damage regardless. Glaives of Wisdom doing 90% of his in is pure damage. It's 225 pure damage and attack on top of his normal 275. He's got a lot of attack speed, he's got a Moonshard.
Silence.
And he's ready for that Trident when it comes.
8, 7, 6. What the hell's that noise?
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
And here we go, 60 minutes.
What's the first one?
There's the Stygian Desolator, that's going to go on to Weaver. That's what. Oh, Seer's Stone, that's for Huggy.
That's exactly what we all
Or maybe
said.
maybe it goes on Rubik, gives him just a ton of cast range for him to steal spells and such. Oh, Seer Stone's actually gone to Silence. I don't feel like that's the right move. To pass it to Ross, pass it to Drekkon.
Alright.
That's the right move, I think. Woodland Stride is not an amazingly useful item. I mean, 60 health regen. I guess you can give it to Abaddon.
It also blocks vision.
That's
so
true.
You could walk it around the Medusa and just
Just surround her. And then the Apex. That creates quite a conundrum. Because Weaver, I think, maybe you give Apex to Oli because 75 int is going to give him so much Glaives of Wisdom damage. That's definitely the call there. I mean,
Weaver's taking the Deso, Weaver's taking
yeah,
the Deso.
Deso for Weaver, that gives him, I mean, that stacks with normal Deso, doesn't it? So I believe it does anyway, because one's called Corruption and the other one is called something else, probably a different debuff name. So that's 16 armor pen. And that's before the bugs have started nibbling away at you. It's called Greater Corruption. I'm assuming both debuffs apply. Woodland Striders onto Abaddon, that gives him a lot of move speed and health regen, 60 health regen. Okay, there's no Rapier on the Dire team though. Ross taking quite a lot of damage, doesn't get shackled. He is a speedy boy.
Yeah, very speedy.
He's level 30 now, though.
Yeah, I'm a
Extra
Medusa.
Gemini attack. Pops the BKB, just tries to go for the rack. It's actually going to take it, and then it's going to time lapse away. Now they're going to run. First jungle item has come because Roidz is just trying to farm and gets the Ex Machina. My favorite item, but who's going to pick it up? I don't think it goes to Medusa, even though 20 armor would be pretty good for her, to be honest.
You also can refresh
Manta and Satanic.
Manta and Satanic.
Yeah, Satanic refresh would give it 10 seconds. I think maybe she should just take it. I mean, 20 armor is a lot of armor.
I still can't believe the Cuttle's still got.
Oh, he's still holding it. I forgot about it completely.
Oh, so good.
I mean, how many auto attacks is he really doing in these fights? But
I don't know. It might help against the creep wave, perhaps, but I don't know.
The 20 armor just mitigates the Desolator and Desolator 2.
yeah, it means you'll still be on like 30 armor. Extra 5 armor for being under the tower as well. Out comes the Hex. A lot of damage going from Oli, but not enough. She's quite a tanky hero. Okay, they popped Disco Ball. It just catches Oli, and then he blasts him away from it. Okay, so
He's waiting for it.
that's a long ability gone. Will-O-Wisp is gone. But Medusa's quite low on mana. Okay, he's got Chakra Magic. I forgot about that synergy. And he's gone for Chakra Magic mana talent. So he can just keep manaing up the Medusa, making sure she stays healthy. Ross goes in again. He's just going for the tower. They're like, we've got a new plan. We'll hex the Medusa and we'll just go for the tower. Medusa actually takes a lot of damage. Huggy's got Black Hole on 2. Global Silence comes out as well. Flood dispels it with Flicker. He's trying to do what he can, doing a lot of damage to Ross with his ult. Is that enough to kill Ross? But Ross just time-lapses it. Medusa goes down. Medusa's going to buy back to another Rapier drop. Brexx uses Refresher Shard. Walrus Punch does get a pick off. Oli is dead. Looks like Drekkon. Oh, he blinks away. Ross is going to run as well. Shackle doesn't quite reach any trees. There's no trees in that area. So, a bit of a hectic fight. Flood manages to do quite a lot of damage with Focus Fire, but in the meanwhile, they lose Medusa, and that's another Rapier dropped. So now she's just holding an Aghanims instead. Looks like there was another... Roidz just couldn't help himself from going even further in.
He couldn't help himself do the GG. Well played as well.
Right, who's holding the Rapier this time? Don't say it's on Rubik or something. Okay, it's on Weaver.
I don't know.
On the Weaver.
So, Weaver's got another Rapier for himself.
Got the Desolator for it as well.
He's also got 9,000 gold, so he can easily buy a backup Rapier if he wants to. Or replace his Desolator with a second Rapier, but there's no reason to do that.
Just pick up Coles.
I like their team strategy. Well, what I thought it was just crowd control the Medusa and hit the tower. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat. But then they thought, oh, we're actually killing her. Let's do that instead. Every fight that happens, Oli picks up more int. He's only on 56, which isn't a lot for this point in the game, but I mean, combine that with the Apex.
With +4 int per kill.
I believe the Radiant had to fight that without neutral items. They have Ex Machina. Oh, that was what the Refresher was. It makes the same noise as Refresher. It's on the Clockwork. So Clockwork's now got 51 armor, which is a lot of armor. I still feel like you should be giving it to the Medusa, though. I mean, I know the Prince's Knife is nice, but 20 armor on your core, where everyone goes on them. I mean, what is Clockwork going to refresh? Lotus Orb and Force Staff. I'd rather have double Satanic ready. Maybe another Manta.
Refreshes TP scrolls as well.
Of course. Good for ratting. Fallen Sky. Maybe that can go onto Clockwork.
That's good on Clockwork, yeah.
Yeah, that's better than... He needs to give the Ex Machina to Bay. Maybe he values Princess Knife a lot, which is fair enough. It's a good item. What's Flood picked up? Because I know Windranger can do some work late game. He's trying to go MKB. He's not got a lot of gold. They still have... Oh, they got a Seer's Stone. No heroes to really benefit from Seer's Stone. I guess they could give it to Koffel.
Taking Roshan. He's got both.
Fourth row, so it has all the goodies.
Maybe it's... maybe the Ags will finally go on Rubik. Oh!
Ags goes...
Oli Medusa? Oli...
Wait,
what?
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 I was not...
What?
Well, I was not paying attention.
Where's our replay
What?
section?
This game's just ended and I didn't even see why.
Where is the Tito's? Holy sh...
Okay, after this game ends, I'm opening up the replay. I'm gonna have a look. Like, what happened? I mean, that's it now. Ollie's...
Medusa was at top.
I guess he was trying to find more jungle items. Out comes the Will-O-Wisp, holds them in place. They've got the Blinding Light, but there's no Medusa buyback. She was farming top jungle, showed on the wave. Okay. Okay, Drekkon's gone for... Drekkon is fed up with dying. Okay, so Huggy does pop his ult, actually gets the Refresher, so he's got another one. There's a lot of damage going off here.
Shot Roidz.
I mean, Oli has a lot of in. Out comes another Black Hole, holding Clockwork in place. Ex Machina does make him tanky, but not against Oli's damage. Oli has a triple kill. Here comes some buybacks. Out comes another refresher from Enigma. He had refresher shard and refresher orb. So he's going to do a third Black Hole. Gets immediately cancelled, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. They lost the Medusa. Oli is just killing everyone. He's going for his rampage. There's the rampage.
Wow.
And he goes for the second rampage. And there it is. GG.
Oh
66 minute game. I do not know how Bay got caught outside base.
Oli-
But
Wow, I don't.
Oli was doing 900 damage with half of that being pure damage at the end.
I guess Sansa Core just paid off in the end. They didn't have the team to jump on him, so yeah. But I mean, getting the kill on Medusa, that's the main thing. I don't know how it happened. I really wish I saw.
Watch.
Yeah, I'll watch it after the stream. A lot of Rapiers went back and forth that game.
Look at how quickly it just went. Oh yeah, they've won that one. And
The win probability. 62k net worth is quite a lot of net worth. He had 2 Rapiers. And the Naganum's buff and Moonshard. Yeah, that's strong. Well, he ended up with 84 int because he was getting so much int in the last fight.
Oli was still doing more damage than Ross was. With 2 rapiers.
Silencer does scale well into the late game.
Ah, maybe the Bloodthorn did something.
It does add a lot of damage. You give
That on top of sheeping her and right-clicking her for intel. No wonder.
I mean, Apex had 75 int, which for Sansa is a lot of pure damage, just an attack. That's about 60, 65-ish. Maybe a bit more than that. 65 pure damage a hit, just for getting Apex. On top of, 75 attack damage that you get from 75 int.
Well, and the armor, the attack speed.
You don't get, no, not on Silencer.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
For Medusa, they didn't get very good tier 5 items, unfortunately. I mean, Fallen Sky's alright. They had Machina, which I don't think went to the right person, and they had a Seer Stone. I don't think they got the last one.
No. No.
So yeah,
Oh my God.
it was. They had this fed Medusa, but the Dire team was so far ahead, and they got 2 Rapiers. I know Kotl picked one as well, picked one back up, but
Yeah.
he does drop it at the end of the game.